Ooh, here we are, here we are, here we are. We are live. Yes. Welcome to your Monday night tech and chill show. Unplugged. I'm your host, Ben, and we are live. And this is going to be a good one because we are pretty much going to be demonstrating these two devices right here that we've got. Yes, we've got the Nothing Phone 1 and we've got the Google Pixel 6a in the yard. This is one battle I cannot wait to throw down for you guys to see. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. We've got both of them in now and it should be a lot of fun. Yes, 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 yes. Nothing Phone 1 and also the Pixel 6a. It's going to be a good one, people. It's going to be a good one. Let me know how the audio is sounding, please, as per usual. We are street. This is when I miss Canada, man. This is where I miss Canada. Okay, you guys, we should be getting some consistent internet coming through. Let me know, let me know, let me know. I know it keeps freezing. I apologize. It's just the name of the game, sadly. It's just the name of the game. Okay, hold on. Let's do a triple. One. Turn off studio mode. That looks a bit better. And third one here. OBS. And then that's the chat. Yeah, I think I've got it split correctly. Okay, please tell me we're not freezing anymore. We should be better now, right? We should be better now, right? If I can get a sound check from you all, that'd be great. Just bump it by like another 10%. Yo, yep, we should be good. We should be good. Looks better. Is it not breaking up? Is it behaving itself? I think it should be behaving itself. I think it should be behaving itself now. I hope. Um, yeah, hopefully it should be behaving itself because we're gonna do a live walkthrough and a live comparison of these two awesome phones that we've got right now, which is obviously the Nothing Phone 1 and also the Pixel 6a. The Pixel 6a is actually going to be out on the 28th, so it's not technically out yet to the mass public. So shout out to Team Pixel for getting this over to me. Obviously, the Nothing Phone 1, managed to get one in, and we've got this in a black color. So we're going to do a live comparison walkthrough of these devices. So definitely, definitely stay tuned. We're probably going to go overtime on this one. It should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun. Okay, I'm just seeing quickly. All systems are go. Yes, sound all good here. Great. All right, let's look through. How are we all doing? Just to make sure, remember to stay hydrated. That is definitely true. That is definitely true to make sure we stay hydrated. TC, what is good? TC's actually on the stream. What are you saying, bro? Greetings from St. Lucia. Bradley, what are you saying, man? Thank you. I think it might be the first time you've been on the stream. So appreciate you being here. So welcome to the live stream. Um, this should be a good one. Oh, it's going to be a good one for sure. We're going to do some live demonstrations. I'm going to be taking your questions. The hype is real. It's this, a lot of content is going to be based on these two for sure. So yeah, watch out for that. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. Watch out for that. Yes, my man Jeff, Digital Slang in the house was good. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you coming through. I hope the audio is coming through nice and clear. Let me know if I need to boost it, but it should be sounding good. Love and Life, best part of the week. You? I'm good. I'm good. Just flushing out the last bit of jet lag in my system. So just bear with me, people. Just flushing out the last bit of jet lag in my system, but I'm okay. I'm quite tired still. I'm still feeling a little bit sluggish, but yeah, we work with it. We work with it, and I really appreciate you guys being here, even from London Northwest. What are you? Are you Northwest like me as well, Mike? Mike, you gotta let me know, man. You gotta let me know because if you're close by, we should be linking up more, Mike. I've got the phones, I've got the gear here, man. We should be linking up more, Mike. Mike, hey Jeff, hope you're good. Thanks, bro. Hey, we are back. Yes, we are back. Last week we didn't because I was in the process of obviously traveling back from Canada last week. And, I got back as of last week, Wednesday, got the device for the Pixel 6a, did the unboxing. We're going to do a channel recap of content, and we're going to really focus on, what's happening here with these devices as well. Not sure it's my internet, no, it's me. It's me. I miss having 500 megabits per second upload in Canada, man. Video keeps freezing. Thought it was me. It's not. Video has stabilized at the moment. I should be behaving itself, hopefully. Snap, the video is freezing. Apologies. What's up? Looks better. Yes, indeed. Think you're good. Much better. All systems are go. Sounds good here. Damien says hello. What's good, Damien? Nick says thumbs up. It's behaving. It's behaving. Nothing phone is like a beta test phone. Better to buy the 6As or the SE. I don't fully agree. Watching on Nothing, yes. Nothing, my opinion, definitely sharper cameras than Samsung and more premium Samsung, cheap plastic, generic. Yep. How are you, man? I'm good. Still a bit tired, still a bit jet lagged. So I'm just trying to take it easy, flow into it. It's still a lot to do, but we're getting there. We're getting there. First time on a stream. Yes, indeed, it is a first time on a stream, Bradley. Really appreciate it, man. And people, share it out on social media, man. Let's get the concurrent viewers going because I think we're going to do a long one today. It might be a 2-hour live stream since we're demonstrating these two awesome phones in the mid-range sector in the UK, £399. This is the battle to really look forward to. And I know that we've got the Galaxy A53, then we've got the SE3, but for sure, these are the two summer blockbusters for the Android mid-range and the mid-range section, period. So I'm really excited to get hands-on with these and run them through. I've already started doing testing on the Pixel 6a, so I can give some initial impressions before the impressions video, as well as obviously my initial experience with the Nothing Phone 1 as well. So stay tuned, people. We're going to have some fun. See the glyph light there? That was cool. You and your bootleg dial-up internet. I miss my daily trip to... Yep. Ha ha ha. We should meet up for sure. Yes, we should. We 100% should. Sup, first time on your stream. Stacy. Yes. Absolutely. Wow. A lot of first timers up in here, man. 17 concurrent viewers. I really appreciate all the first time viewers that are here, man. Just to give you a roundup, this is known as the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged, but this is a special Tech and Chill Show Unplugged. What I like to do is, during product launches, I like to make sure that I'm doing these live reviews, live comparisons, live walkthroughs, live overviews, and live comparisons of brand new products. I love live streaming. Live streaming is a lot of fun. I get to engage with you guys that come on live. It's refreshing. I get to act a fool a bit, go unscripted, and just be me and just chill out, right? And have fun with tech. The channel's called Lover of Tech. We get to express a bit more of that Lover of Tech on the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged, where we unplug, we tech, and we chill. So really appreciate you coming through. And for all the first-time viewers, this is being streamed in high quality, 4K UHD. So you got the device, you got the capacity, you got the bandwidth, select higher than 1080p, go all the way up to 1440p, or actually select the highest, which is 2160p, 4K UHD for the crispiest stream on the internet for Tech YouTube. Whew. Miss saying that, man. All right, here we are. Do you get OnePlus there? Yeah, we get OnePlus here. We do. Tech for your needs. What's good, Tech for your needs? Thank you for joining. Really appreciate you coming through. Tech for your needs. OnePlus 9RT is a worthy alternative to the Nothing Phone 1. I guess so, but I'm really loving what the Nothing Phone 1 has got to offer for sure. How you doing? 10T is about to come out. Absolutely, 3rd of August. They're doing an event there. Yay, Mr. Juan Bagnell. Yo, what's good, Juan? Welcome to the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged. It's been a while. I ain't seen you for a little minute. Awesome, man. Good to have you here. We need to see 50% more thumbs up based on the number of people currently watching. Yes, please. Hit the thumbs up. Like, share, go on Twitter and just post it out and just let people join, man. I think I'm going to go. Usually I like to do 1 hour, but since we're demonstrating this, I've had a little bit of pizza to boost me. I've got a big bottle of water there. We've got all 3 cameras out, man. We are going all out. We're gonna have a fun live stream today. We're gonna do some live demonstrations on these awesome phones, and I've got it in the clearest quality possible in 4K UHD, so you don't miss any details that we're gonna go through. I'm gonna we're gonna do a walkthrough. We're gonna do a walkthrough. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. Appreciate you being here, Juan. I suppose one of my main concerns with both phones is the build quality, scratch, crack. Yeah, but that's like that with any phone, Mike. That's like that with any phone. You probably have that more of a concern on the Pixel 6a because of the Gorilla Glass 3. Again, we're gonna walk through, you know, the design and build quality, the display experience, the performance, the software. We're gonna walk through like we would do in a usual review and comparison situation. We're going to do a recap of the content that we've produced on the channel as of the week and the week before, and then pretty much get into the nitty gritty. And I'm going to expect you guys to drop all your questions and your concerns. And we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to do some live demonstrations, and we're going to, you know, debunk some myths that have especially come more towards the Pixel 6a, which I think has been quite unfair on this phone. Understandable, but unfair. We're going to debunk that today. Doing good. A cool Snapdragon 888 is better than the burning train that is the 8 Gen 1. Yeah, 8 Gen 1 is a bit toasty. Doing great, thanks. Glad to hear. Love it. One bagging out in the house. Man, I wish the Nothing phone was available here. And we are going to talk about availability as well. We are going to talk about availability and how that is going to be the crippling factor for both these phones in their own way. We're going to talk about that. One in the house, yes. Already liked and about to share. Appreciate it, man. Pizza is needed. Yes, just a slight boost. Also shared it on Twitter. Really appreciate that, man. 6A is at the plastic at the back. So scratch galore. It does not feel like plastic. I kid you not. We're going to talk about this, but this don't feel like plastic. Oh, yes. 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 We've pretty much cleared up everything, and we're going to look at these two awesome devices that we have here, which are the Pixel 6a and the Nothing Phone 1. It's going to be excellent. 60 hertz versus 120 hertz. I wish I had the bandwidth to do 4K 60 on the live stream so you can see it, but yeah, we've got 120 hertz on the right and we've got 60 hertz on the left. We're going to go through everything, but it's been a very interesting experience. I'll tell you this now between these two. And the one that has impressed me the most might surprise you, but it might not. And it doesn't mean I'm less impressed with the other. No. We've got to really just appreciate what's been done here on both these devices. Both these devices have done really well with what they're offering, but you will start seeing the differences as I start going through the individual. I like to do individual reviews of certain, you know, areas of the phone, and then walk in and pretty much do the general individual and comparison reviews as well. So watch this space, watch this space, watch this space. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is a great battle. And we'll do some display measurements as well. I've got a lux meter. So I'm looking forward to this, man. I'm hyped about this. I'm tired. I'm trying to reboost my energy so that, you know, I can make sure that I've got enough strength and energy to vibe out and do this, because it's going to be a lot. There's going to be so much that's happening. Samsung announced Unpacked, which is obviously going to be a whole nother thing come the 10th of August. Yeah, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. The pepperoni, well done, and a thin crust. Deep pan for me at the moment. Did you watch Anchor event earlier today? No, I did not. No, I did not. I was trying to, you know, just Monday's just a lot of admin day. Definitely does not feel like plastic. It doesn't feel anywhere near like plastic. So far, the Nothing phone is really well made. Solid device. Couldn't care if people think the LED lights are a gimmick. Only downside is it gives the green light for people to mug the street. Yeah. It's a solid one. Enjoy sounds great. 60 hertz wars 2022 were mental. Yes, it is. It is indeed. It is indeed. Yay! It's the kid for Dookie. What's good, Dookie? What are you saying, bro? Hope you're well. Welcome to a live demonstration, live walkthrough, live comparison of the Pixel 6a and the Nothing Phone 1, the newest mid-range battle station devices. And we're going to be doing a live walkthrough and a comparison between these two. And anything that you guys would want me to demonstrate, that I can demonstrate on this live stream, we're going to do that as well. So appreciate you coming through, bro. Appreciate you coming through. And again, we're streaming this in live 4K UHD. Boom. Yeah, so true. A bit too overhyped. Yep, it is. I think the 6 hertz is blown out of proportion, but it is understandable, and I'm gonna give my 2 cents on it as well. Lux meter, yes, nothing, low brightness. Well, we're gonna see it. We do have a digital lux meter, which I've been really enjoying using. I've been really enjoying using, and we're gonna do some measurements live for you guys as well. We're gonna do some live benchmarking, live brightness measurements as well, and just talk it out through. Talk it out through for sure. I had to watch an Anchor event while watching Juan's live stream as well. Appreciate that. Okay, now that's about what I'm looking forward to. Absolutely. Same here, man. If there's one thing that I directly love doing on my channel, which is comparisons and battles, but also helps the channel grow as a byproduct, is that. So we are doing that for tonight's live stream. Definitely, well, 19 concurrent viewers. Let's try and get up to 50, man. Share out on Twitter. Get people to join. Promo it, man. We are doing this nice and large and big, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let's look at what we have right here. So we've got the Pixel 6a. It's going to be a bit blown out, so I'm going to reduce that for now, just so that we can get a bit of a perfect exposure and walk through what we need to walk through when it comes to this device, which is something I'm thoroughly enjoying. So we're going to bring the brightness down on the Nothing Phone 1, and we are going to start with the design. So this is the Pixel 6a, and for reference, I've got the previous Pixel 4a. My one has been through the trenches a bit, but we've got the Pixel 4a for reference because in the UK, if you didn't remember, in the UK, we did not get the Pixel 5a with 5G last year, but we did obviously have the Pixel 4a and the Pixel 4a with 5G. Now, the Pixel 4a with 5G, very similar to the 5a with 5G. And again, the 5a with 5G last year was something that only came out in USA and Japan from what I remember. So for us in UK, it's been 2 years, 2020. The last A-series device from Google that we had was the Pixel 4a, which, you know, is near and dear to my heart. So we're going to reference off this and showcase these two and really talk it out and see what's my mind been after 2 years from an A-series from Google. And as someone that actually had the privilege of being sent the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro, where am I right now in terms of understanding how Google have landmarked and mapped where they are with their product lineup, and especially with competition from companies like Nothing coming through and well-established manufacturers like Samsung with their Galaxy A series, and also with other manufacturers like Apple and how they do it with their SE. We're going to talk about that, right? So, switcheroo. Let's see. Let's say new subscriber from the east side of London. Okay, you're from east as well. Okay, from the east side of London, my G, east side till I die. Only issue with Nothing is that the cloud storage and updates and the battery drains too quickly, dead in a few hours. Okay, it's my first day having a Nothing. I grew up in East London as well. I live in North, but I grew up in East London as well. So shout out to east side of things, but I appreciate you being here. Here's the design. So we have what is effectively a 6.1 inch screen size, right? It's a flat display, which I really love. The top, the left and the right borders are even. Now the chin is slightly thicker, but to be honest, it blends in really well. No issues there. It is using Corning Gorilla Glass 3 for the front display, which is the only thing that worries me a little bit. We do have, again, I can see your comments, so I'll try and pay attention to the comments. And shout out to Mr. Jimmy Fire Dragon dropping what is an awesome super chat, man. As usual, he says, stay hydrated, stay safe. Brilliant live stream so far, as per usual. How's your screen on time so far of the Nothing Phone 1? Again, it's my first day with the Nothing Phone 1. First few hours of the Nothing Phone 1. I've not used it in any capacity. I need to charge it to full tonight and then use it. But I can't make any assessments on the battery life at the minute. But I can make some assessments on the battery life when it comes to the Pixel 6a. So we're going to discuss that and walk through as well. We'll do like a ping pong. We'll talk about the design of the first phone. Then we're going to switch to the next phone. I really, really appreciate the £5 super chat, man. It's not mandatory, but any of the direct donations that you give to me really pushes me to make sure that I push myself to give you this type of high quality presentation on a live stream where it's not just your bog standard stuff. Things are done on a custom level. We're pushing the highest quality, multi-camera, high engagement, good audio, hopefully more stable internet as time gets better and whatnot. And just making it more fun and vibey, man. So I really, 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 really appreciate that super chat, Jimmy. Thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you again. I'm not happy with the battery so far. On full charge, it dropped to 10% within 5 minutes. Wow, okay. I'll pay attention to that as of tomorrow. It's good to hear your feedback on it, man. It's good to hear your feedback on it. I hate Android interface. Really? Damn, that's a bit extreme. Never hungry again. That's a bit extreme. What's the Android interface done to you? Okay, cool. Good to have you here anyway. So, switch in. Gorilla Glass 3. They've gone Gorilla Glass 3, which is, it's a point of concern because I know a couple of people, like my guy Damien Wild, he's obviously based with 9to5 Google. His one is scratched up. He had to get screen protector, and that was one of the first things he advised me on, like get a screen protector because this Gorilla Glass 3 is soft. And Gorilla Glass 3 is old tech when it comes to glass, right? I've been quite fortunate, but I think I need to get a screen protector. And I'm a bit reluctant more because of the fingerprint sensor in there. Just saying. But everything else, man, I'm so glad they copied the Pixel 6 because you've got the matte rails. Look at that. Way. This feels so premium. Doesn't catch any fingerprints. This is what the Pixel 6 Pro should have had. But the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6a have it. This matte finish of the metal rail is so nice. So nice. But one thing you will notice is that the camera bump is less protruded compared to the Pixel 6. Way less protruded. So it's you find that the Pixel 6 would land the finger there pretty much comfortably at the same thickness, but it doesn't really do that. And the size of it being more compact as well makes it easier to handle for sure. This is a polycarbonate black. And one thing I want to say is thank you for sending me the sage color, Google. Thank you. I did not want to go through the black color again. I didn't. The sage, when I did my reaction, the sage, the chalk, and then the what do you call it? The black color, the charcoal, the coral, well, whichever color, the black color, right? The sage was my favorite, and I'm loving the sage. It does not show fingerprints. It's a really, really nice color finish, and I'm really digging it. I'm really enjoying it, man. Yeah, the sage color is really nice. This is a polycarbonate plastic back. Does not feel like it. And I've seen some reviewers actually say, hey, this still has a glass back, but this is actually a polycarbonate plastic back. This is a high quality plastic back. High quality plastic back, and it's impressive. I'm loving it. Do I wish it was a matte finish? Absolutely. You know me. Plastic, glasstic, polycarbonate, glass. I want it to be a matte finish, but of course a matte finish could be synonymous with a more premium finish. But again, a matte finish is preferred in my personal opinion. In this design form, right, you've got a clean, understated Google logo at the back. I really wish we didn't have all these icons here in the UK, but regulation reasons, we've got to have them there. Cool. You've got the slight two-tone finish with the sage. You might not be able to see it properly, but it is there. Clean. Volume rocker on the right, power button on the right as well. Now, I wish they were on opposite sides, which we're going to talk about on the Nothing Phone 1 to make it even more ergonomically friendly. You've got the USB-C, and also you've got the speaker and the microphone here as well. And it is dual speakers. And this probably has some of my favorite speakers on a smartphone. No joke. Some of my favorite speakers on a smartphone. Some of my favorite speakers on a smartphone. And I'm seeing 26 concurrent viewers right here, man. You guys are awesome. Keep sharing it. We are doing a live demonstration and live impressions, live hands-on, live walkthrough on the Pixel 6a and the Nothing Phone 1. So yeah, get people in there, man. It's going to be a fun stream. So that is pretty much rounded up. We do have IP67 rating on here, so there is some form of high quality water and dust resistance that we're getting in here, which is really good. Synonymous with a premium phone. This feels awesome to use. And honestly, this feels so much closer to the Pixel 4a than I expected. 5.8 inches in terms of the screen size, and this is 6.1. So it's 0.3 inch of a difference on a flat display. This still feels nice and compact, and it's not even that much wider if we look at it as well, which is so good. So good. So in terms of this, it's a winning formula, because I feel like a lot of phones at this screen size do get forgotten about, do get abandoned. So this is really nice to see a return to form of this size at 6.1 inches, right? This is the initial design. Let's switch over to the Nothing Phone 1. And this is the Nothing Phone 1. Let me get my fiber cloth, present in the best way possible. And we all know the Nothing Phone 1 is all to do with the glyph interface right here. The glyph interface is where we are seeing, and we're just gonna enable the glyph light so we can see it right here. Yoy, that's the glyph light right there. That is the glyph soft LED diffused at the back to really bring it a unique touch and a unique design. So you've got this for the battery indicator, and also you've got that for the music and the ringtone syncing as well, which is great to see. But we're gonna break it down and see. And I'll be very honest with you, the packaging and the design subjectively has, minus the size at this mid-range price point, it being a 6.5 inch size phone, the design and the packaging and the choice of materials is flipping amazing. This does not feel like a £399 phone. I don't care what no one tells me. This easily feels at least £700 to me in my hand. I say that with all confidence. This phone feels no less than £700. That is credit to nothing. That is credit to Nothing Tech, because why? Gorilla Glass 5 at the back, Gorilla Glass 5 on the front, aluminium frame, and look at the positioning, right? You've got two separate volume buttons, which I much prefer compared to a rocker, in my personal opinion, on the left, which is adjacent and symmetrical to the power button on the right. It is a matte finish. It is a matte finish, right? Check how the matte finish is. Check how the matte finish is. It doesn't catch any fingerprints. It feels softer and doesn't dig in as much compared to what you would experience on an iPhone, right? And look right here. You've got USB-C, speaker on the right, microphone here, SIM card tray, which is dual physical SIMs, which you only get a single SIM with eSIM support, which I prefer two physical SIMs that you get on here, right? And then the best part, check that, people, right? The bezels and borders are completely symmetrical. Do you know how listen, many phones don't pull this off. No notch, single small hole punch on the top left, right? And the bezels, borders are evenly symmetrical. I wouldn't even say they're on the thick side. I think they are the right amount of thickness, and this design look for the front is flipping phenomenal. Everything about holding and using this phone feels no less than £700. This does not mean the Pixel 6a is a bad build. It does not mean that. But being subjective, the Nothing Phone 1 has really, really impressed me. I don't know if I'm a complete fan of the glyph interface, because the situation I'm in right now, do I usually place my phone facing down? No. Glyphed up a little bit, which is cool. I usually much prefer my phone being like this and having access to the always on display, because I love access to the time, quick notifications, and also being able to unlock with my fingerprint very quickly. Whereas when it's like this, it's not necessarily the case, right? Glyphs up, I love it. There'll be specific notifications that will pop up. Cool. But I'm not seeing the time. I'm not seeing different things, right? Cool. Whereas here, I am. But in terms of the build quality and the design, this coming from the Pixel 4a, this is such a huge step up in terms of the design and also build quality. Huge, huge, huge. Still has character. I still wish they used the color buttons like they used to before for the power button, but this is such a huge step up. But I kid you not, and we have to remember, this is Nothing Tech's first phone. And for their first phone to be priced £399 and for it to be this good in terms of build quality and design, I'm very impressed. Whether we are scaling the Glyph interface as gimmick or not, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. And this design, I wish the phone was at least 6.2 inches in my personal opinion at this price point. But 6.5 inches, it feels way more manageable than an iPhone 13 Pro Max. It looks unique. It feels familiar. But the packaging and finishing is very impressive. Very impressive. Cool. Let's switch up. Let's get into the comments because the comments are firing off. No worries about the donation anytime. Really appreciate it, man. Really, really, really appreciate it. Metal Frame. Yes, yes, yes. Honestly, it's so impressive. Sorry, people, I sweat too easily. That's the problem with me. Where are we? Where are we? I mean, it's his fault. It's a dumb decision not to apply. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because this is another thing. The Nothing Phone 1 does come with a plastic pre-applied screen protector, which is something you don't get on the Pixel. So I wouldn't say that. Screen protectors are not for everyone. Evening all, evening to you. 6A is £460 versus £374 in India converted. I was expecting the 6A to be more expensive in India, but I think that's still good for India, you know? I still think that's good for India. You might disagree, but I think it's still good for India. But the Nothing Phone 1 is very strong. This just makes me all the more excited for my unit to arrive. Yes, 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 yes. Bring your unit, come to the studio, let's have a chat. Hey, Mr. George, probably. What's good, George? Hey, everyone. Good to see you back in the UK, Ben. I'm glad to be back in UK. I'm just not glad to be back in UK with crappy internet. I miss 500 megabits per second up. Finally, OnePlus is dead in the water. CarPlay made a decent Nothing Phone. I think he made a very good Nothing Phone. I think he made an actually brilliant first attempt. Most phones on a first attempt, this industry is ruthless. I think the Nothing Phone is here to stay, in my personal opinion. Definitely other companies need to jump on the design language train. Too many plastic. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know about the functionality of the Glyph interface, in my opinion. I don't know. It's still up in the air, personally. I don't know, right? But it does have a cool factor to it that's really nice. And obviously, there are some functionalities I'll talk about that I find useful for the type of stuff that I do. Cool. So, flip this around. The matte finishes on the Pixel 3 series were clean, yes. Obviously, for the nature of the Nothing Phone, the glossy finish makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense for the gloss finish, just because you want to showcase the Glyph interface a lot more, right, compared to the Pixel 6a, but we'll do that. I'm still rocking my, okay, here we are. Neo Malcolm, what's good? I'm still rocking my Note 20 Ultra Snapdragon. That's a good one to have. You said Snapdragon, that's still a good one to rock. That's 865 plus. It turns heads like crazy with that Mystic Bronze color. And I love that Mystic Bronze color because it was the only color out of all of them that had a matte finish. I love that. I had it, but I had the Exynos model. Best plastic back ever. If it was matte finish, it would have been BG Tech Life. Thank you for joining the live stream, but it is definitely one of the best plastic finishes I've seen. minus it being glossy, where it feels like glass, it does not feel like plastic at all for the Pixel 6a. Seems like such a gimmick. Yes, it is still in the air in terms of it being on the scale of gimmick versus function, right? That is true. That is definitely true when it comes to the glyph interface, but it is cool and it is unique. It does set a precedent for their design language being very transparent and translucent. So we've got to give them that. I don't want us to shoot down uniqueness that helps phones and products stand out to be their own, even though it's in very familiar territories, i.e. the slab of glass and plastic sandwich in between a metal or plastic frame, right? This is a good way to stand out. The functionality is probably scaling more to gimmick now because I do prefer an always on display, in my personal opinion, right? But, you know, let's celebrate uniqueness. I like the uniqueness. Gotta love that Mystic Bronze, definitely. Sad that the Nothing phone didn't hit the US, but excited to get my 6A soon. We're going to talk about that. We're doing extra. We're going the distance tonight. We are stretching the distance tonight. We're going a far one tonight. We are definitely going a far one tonight. We're stretching the distance. And yeah, it's availability is going to be a weird one for both. Availability is going to be a very, very interesting one for both. The phone one is so lightweight. I can't imagine putting a case on it. Yeah, both phones. Again, I do have some cases. I'm gonna do some case videos with Caseology, which niced me with some of their awesome cases for the Pixel 6a. Really, really looking good, no doubt. But both phones just feel so nice without a case. I think the Pixel 6a feels nicer with a case just because it's a smaller phone. So the case makes it feel more like a 6.2-inch phone and gives it more grip. You know, so this feels nice without a case. But yeah, this, I wouldn't want to put a case on this, man, at all. Not even a transparent one. Go caseless with that one, in my personal opinion. Go caseless with that one, in my personal opinion. Big phone vibes. Yes, Nicholas, what's good? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you joining the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged special edition, where we are doing a live comparison, walkthrough, and demonstration of the newest mid-range juggernauts on the scene right now for the smartphone industry, the Pixel 6a versus the Nothing Phone 1. We are in there, man. We are in there. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you being on the stream. I personally don't like the power button directly opposite to the volume. I kept accidentally taking screenshots on my 13 Pro Max. I like it for ergonomic reasons. It is personal preference for that sense. I guess it being on the same side makes it, you know, you're less likely to do that, which I perfectly understand. We've got 26 concurrent viewers. Let's keep pushing them, man. Let's get to 30. Let's try and get to 50 tonight. We're going overtime, people. We are going overtime, people. So wait, Ben, you're saying that you like the hole punch? Yeah, I mean, I like the hole punch. Yeah, the hole punch. It's a small hole punch. Nothing case, Nothing phones case, heard it yellows. Most clear cases yellows, man. That's nothing new. I wish nothing was under 71 millimeters in width. I think for a 6.5-inch display, it's okay in terms of the width based on the aspect ratio. I think it's a 20:9 aspect ratio, at least 19.5:9 aspect ratio. So yeah, I think width is fine. Maybe if you put a case in it, it will feel too wide, but without a case, I think the width is perfect for a 6.5-inch display. Which scanner's faster? We're going to demonstrate that when we get to the display, people. We are going to be doing live demonstrations on that. I promise you. I promise you. That's going to be next on the display. £449 here in the UK. No, it's not. Both phones start at £399. It's just this black one is the one that starts at £399. If you want the white one, then it's £449. This is only in one SKU, one configuration, but in 3 colors, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, Tensor processor, £399. Hope that clears it up. I'm enjoying the minimal 6A. Oh, we're going to give verdict on it, but I think, spoiler, this is taking my heart. I'm going to title my impressions video on this that this is down to earth. This phone really brings you down to earth. And I don't say down to earth in a bad way that people have been making it out. We're going to debunk the next things. Once we go through, we're going to talk about the display. I would like to see the Nothing brand grow. Yes. I'm about options, good options as well. Here in India is 3 a.m. Wow, 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 wow. Shout out to Team India, man. Thank you for joining. Staying up this late. Man, I hope you are enjoying it because we're doing live walkthroughs and live demonstration of the Pixel 6a and the Nothing Phone 1, and I hope that helps. Honestly, if it is £460 in India for the Pixel 6a, I was expecting it to be around £500, and that's still good. That's still good in my opinion, but again, it's a different market, different expectations, lots of competition in India for sure. Xiaomi, OnePlus, Samsung, Poco. Um, okay. I ordered the Black Nothing 8 gigabytes 256. It will come on the 1st of August. Hey, not that far. Not that far. By the way, yes, black or white Nothing Phone. I like the white one, but I think the white one is better in this situation just because of the nature of the glyph interface. I think the white one will do better in terms of, but I like the black one. I do like the black one. I do like the black one, but I think the white one will be the better one in this case, in my personal opinion. This is more stealthy, so if you want stealthy, I think you go caseless with this phone. It's risky, but all that effort into the glyph interface, you put a case on it, you've ruined it. Whereas a case on this is not actually all that bad. Because it's a smaller phone at 6.1 inches compared to 6.5 inches, when you put a case on it, it feels more like 6.2, 6.3, 6.2 and a half. Feels really nice, and that's something that I pretty much demonstrated. You're going to be seeing case videos from Caseology in regards to their case lineup for the 6A, so watch out for that as well. We're going through the process of doing the individual reviews on these, and we're going to do a content recap soon. We forgot to do that, but I'm too excited and diving straight in. And it says, but water easily gets into the back of the Nothing Phone 1, which is not good. Sadly, I've seen some stuff on this because this is only rated for IP53. I don't know to the extent what happened with whoever used that. I saw a post on Twitter about it. But yes, this is where you get the security and assurance of an IP67 water and dust resistance up to 1 meter for 30 minutes in water and completely dust resistant as well on the Pixel 6a. You're only getting IP53, which is just barely splash resistant, minimal dust. Okay, so we need Nothing Phone in USA. Yes, unfortunately you do. Unfortunately you do. We're going to talk about availability and just what that would do in terms of, restrictions. I love how it glyphs up as well. True, we'll see how the design ages. Absolutely. The launch in India sales started actually. This is a gimmick. Oh, it's launched in India. Sales started actually. This is a gimmick. Okay, cool. That's fine. BG sup, brother. Hope you're enjoying the 6A. Indeed. BG, BG's got the 6A as well. Nice, nice, nice. New subscriber from me, London Maji. Great review, defo agree. Nothing mad phone. Test out the battery. I don't know what it goes quick, full charge. Yes. So I've ordered. We're gonna talk about the battery in a minute. I want to take my time and really just dive into the comments and show you guys properly. Nothing is way cheaper in India. It is. It's definitely gonna be cheaper in India. Isn't that when the 256 gig model is scheduled to come out? I believe so, but I think it's the 12 gig one that's scheduled to come out a bit later as well. I can't afford to break it, so I'll put a case in it. Hey, fair enough, that's true. Went with the Black 6A because I just want all my options to be low profile. I'm done. I'm done with low profile. I need some excitement in my life, people. I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm all in with the colors, man. What's up, Big House? Is a little pocket rocket. It is. I'm a big phone guy, but someone who likes minimal stuff is definitely an option. Okay, Big House. Yes, sir. Big House. Yes, 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 yes. What's good? What's good? Big House in the house. I think it's the first time on the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged. Special edition today. We're doing a live demonstration of these two awesome phones. So appreciate you coming in here, man. IP53 should probably work only in accidental splashes or sudden downpour. I don't even know if sudden downpour is safe, if I'm going to be honest with you, Mike, because it hella rains here. Yo, what's good, what's good, what's good? We've got 26 in current viewers staying stable at this. Really appreciate the engagement, man, in the comments. We have vinyl skins in India for the Nothing Phone with cutouts for the glyph. That is sick. That is sick. That is sick. That is sick. I didn't realize that. That is dope. I have a clear case in the back of the Nothing Phone, and it looks good. Okay, cool. I would go caseless personally. But man, that is sick. Skins and vinyls, like that. Cool. Let's switch it up. Let's talk display, people. We're going to do some live display measurements as well. And this is what we have here. Sorry, I can't zoom in any further. It's just the ultra wide. It can go really wide, and then we can zoom in. Look at all the junk that you can see right here. This is the box and the packaging, of course. But we're gonna come down, and we're gonna pretty much see. Here is where we are with the display. Okay, we're gonna go here. Really appreciate you retweeting that, BG. And we're going to go through the display settings right here. I'm going to turn off the autofocus, just manually focus in, touch the focus, right? So we don't get any movements. And we're going to go into settings. I'm going to go right here into display. We're going to go into display. And you're going to, you know, we're doing this in 24 frames per second in 4K. These are 4K 60 cameras that I do have. I just don't have, I only have one 4K 60 capture card. And I don't have the capacity to stream and buffer that for you, right? Next, we are on the display. Again, Gorilla Glass 3 versus Gorilla Glass 5. Better materials on here. 6.5 inches, 6.1 inches. Both are full high definition plus displays. Both are using OLED display tech. This is where the differences really start to come. The Nothing Phone 1's design for the display is better, period. It just is. Guys, let's just accept it as that. Even symmetrical borders, it looks beautiful. It feels beautiful. It's really, really, really the one that's just the best to go. We've got Siobhan. Yo, Chevy. So where's the best player? Bro, I told you I've got you. Don't watch. I'll DM you. I'll DM you. I've got you. I told you I've got you. Don't even stress. Just like addressing stuff. Let's not even talk in here, Chevy. I'll DM you. Or I'll call you on WhatsApp or something. We'll talk. I've got you. I told you I've got you. Don't watch that. Well, okay, let's run through the display right now. Design first of the display is definitely better on Nothing Phone 1. Hey, this is not to say... Okay, no, I forgot. I took off autofocus. Sorry. Let me just leave it down here. This is not to say the Pixel 6a's design is not good. It's a flat display. There is a slight 1.5D curve in a way here. Slight curve. Let me just bump it off. You can see a slight curve, but it's still predominantly a flat display. It's not a curve. It's like maybe 1.5D. 1.5D, right? But it adds a bit of a fine. I think this is the best middle. This is really good. This is really good. But the overall design, right? The overall design right here, yeah, better on the Nothing Phone 1. Not by a considerable amount, but it's enough where this makes this look and feel way more than a £399 price point. You know, depending on the SKU, this is a £400 to £500 phone. This feels no less than £700 in my opinion when it comes to the display and the design, right? Here, cool. Materials are better. This is a completely flat display. We're going to go into display as well, and we're going to walk through it, and we're going to see that we've got different options. Now, I've turned off the adaptive brightness because we're going to do the display measurement with the Lux meter. Man, I'm giving you all the stops today. We're going to have some fun tonight. I was initially worried that this didn't have an always on display, but it does have an always on display. And the main difference here is that you may not be able to tell because we're in 24 frames a second, but we do have a high refresh rate option on here. It's not LTPO, but it does intelligently scale down to a lower frame rate depending on what you have. So if you're on the camera app, it's going to go down, but this does have a high refresh rate, 120 Hertz display with a full high definition plus display, and both have excellent haptics. The haptics are excellent. I think they are on par. They have their own unique feeling to their haptic vibration motor. The Pixel gives you the option to scale your haptics, which is really good in terms of, you know, how you'd want it to be. So that's one thing that's very interesting. It allows you to scale your haptics. I couldn't see any haptic feedback scale when it came to the vibration, right? In terms of the strength, it looked like you couldn't. Whereas here on the Pixel, you could. Vibration and haptics. You see, you've got that option here where you can scale the strength on the Pixel, but you can't do that on here. But out of the box, I like both. Both are really strong. But the display experience here, when it comes to 120 hertz, you probably not notice it because we're in 24 frames a second. The display is a lot better, but I'm going to do some display demonstrations for you right now. First, let's look at the fingerprint. That's one thing that the Nothing does that the Samsung also does. You can double tap the screen to lock. You can't do that on the Pixel. It's not the end of the world, but you can both tap to wake on both. And it's something that I really like. But I just wish that the Pixel had the double tap on the home screen to lock it as well, which is something to consider. Here's where we are. Firstly, fingerprint positioning. I'm going to try and bump the exposure a bit to maybe help. Fingerprint, hopefully it's not too blown out. I think it is. Okay, 0.1 exposure. Fingerprint positioning. Oh, Pizza Hut. Pizza again. Fingerprint positioning. As we can see, the Nothing Phone 1's positioning is slightly lower. The Pixel's one is in a better position here, right? We're going to do an unlock. From the screen, the Nothing is quicker. But if we go to the always on display, you might potentially see that the Pixel is slightly quicker. So you can see when it's from the always on display, the Pixel is actually faster, right? These are the things people are not showing you. But when it's from the screen, we can see that the Nothing Phone is slightly quicker. This is the weird thing about the fingerprint. Both are consistent. Both give excellent haptic feedback. From the always on display, you can see that the Nothing Phone 1 is slightly quicker. Again, I'm demonstrating this for you, right? We're walking through this, but hopefully you can hear me and you can see this all nice and clear. But from the screen, you can see that the Nothing is quicker. From the always on display, you can see that the Pixel is slightly quicker, right? Not by much, but these are the differences that are there. So we've had a live demonstration of the fingerprint. I would say maybe the fingerprint is slightly more consistent all around, maybe on the Nothing, but the fingerprint sensor, I feel like it's so much more consistent out of the box on the Pixel 6a than what we experienced on the Pixel 6 Pro and Pixel 6 back in October times, right? They've optimized it the best they can, but yes, you know, more progressive hardware would be much better for it. But as you can see, demonstration, if you look at what I've demonstrated, in my personal opinion, from the always on display, we're going to demonstrate it one more time. The Pixel is slightly quicker. Oh, I didn't put my finger down properly. From the always on display, you can see that the Pixel is slightly quicker. But from the display being on, the Nothing Phone is quicker. So this is literally the difference between the two. Now, let's do some display measurements. We're going to do some display measurements with the lux meter so we can compare and contrast. I'm going to bring out a solid white color. Remember, adaptive brightness is off. Solid white color. And here we are. Hopefully you can see it. Now, just consider that there is a bit of ambient light. We're going to turn this on. We're going to measure this in lux. And the lux meter is pretty much as good as nits. Anyone have any other advice on how we can make display measurements more accurate? This is not taking into account HDR. This is all to do with your standard sustained brightness. Okay, so we're going to measure it and we're going to see it live. I'm going to click hold. And we are getting 544 nits sustained on a pure white background at maximum brightness on the Nothing Phone 1. You've seen it, people. You've seen it, people. You've seen it, people. 544 nits. Again, once we round up display, I'm going to get into the comments. I'm seeing you guys really engaging in the comments really well. 444 nits is what we've got for the display brightness on the Nothing Phone 1. And now we're going to bring it in with the Pixel 6a. Hope you guys are all having fun with this. Ever since getting this, I've really enjoyed measuring brightness levels. Again, anyone that is a better expert at display, Please let me know. Give me advice on how I can do more accurate display measurements. But so far, I'm just going to pick a solid white color background again. We're going to go here, make it full screen, pinch the zoom, make sure that the surface is nice. We're going to come off, reset it. And then this is for the Pixel 6a. Ooh, Pixel 6a. It's getting up there. And we are getting 661 nits of brightness compared to 544. So this is one thing that I noticed, that yes, not just the perceived brightness, but this is a higher quality, brighter display than what the Nothing is producing. This shifts the tide a bit. So just remember that we put the figures there. We've got 544 nits on the Nothing Phone 1, sustained brightness, not HDR, sustained brightness, compared to a brighter panel on here at 661 nits, people. This is something I'm going to be incorporating more in my reviews, and it's something I really enjoy. And I'm going to get a colorimeter as well, and display things like color accuracy and stuff as well. So we're going to run through the display experience, and I'm going to do one major display demonstration and show you why the 60 Hertz display on this Pixel is not a deal breaker, and in fact is probably one of the best 60 Hertz display experiences you're going to find on any phone, let alone a mid-ranger, right? And I'm going to demonstrate it, and I'm going to throw in this Galaxy S22 Ultra to explain it to you. There's display refresh rate, display frame rate, and there's frame pacing, right? The Pixel has the best optimized experience for Twitter that I've experienced, right? And you're going to see that we're at 120 Hertz on the Nothing phone. Let's see if I've got the display down a bit more. And we're going to see the display, and you see how smooth and non-stuttery the display is on the Pixel compared to the Nothing phone when you're scrolling on Twitter. I'm sure you can see it. No frame drops. No, it's literally perfect. This is the most well-optimized 60 Hertz display I've seen on any phone. I'm going to bring out my Galaxy S22 Ultra. Mind you, for reference, I'm using the Exynos model. And here is the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Exynos 2200, 12 gigs of RAM, and 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.1 storage. And it still does the same. No drop frames on the Pixel 6. I kid you not, people. 60 Hertz is not what you should be worrying about. This is not a choppy phone. This is not the choppiest 60 Hertz display that I've ever seen. In fact, in my personal opinion, this is one of the best 60 Hertz displays I've seen on a smartphone. And for specifically Twitter, for Android, which is one of my favorite social media apps. Twitter's probably my favorite social media app. I've never experienced Twitter this smooth and this consistent on any other phone apart from these Pixels. Look at that. Look at that. And look at that. 60 Hertz is not what you should be worrying about, and I'm demonstrating it, right? You're getting a brighter display on here, a very well optimized and well frame paced 60 Hertz display, a nice compact 6.1 inch display, and is brighter. It's close to 700 nits sustained. This is a quality display panel in my personal experience. Great haptics, good and much more consistent fingerprint sensor as well, right? I think for 60 Hertz, this is running rings around these 120 Hertz phones when it comes to certain applications. Look at that. Case closed. That's my review and my opinion of the display experience. That 120 Hertz is smooth, baby. Trust me. 120 Hertz is smooth. but a brighter display, compact, and still OLED with great touch response, great haptics, still a good fingerprint sensor, and it's brighter and is well optimized at 60 hertz with excellent frame pacing. Boy, I've been enjoying this a lot more than people think, especially when I'm using applications like Twitter. Boy, I can't wait to jump into the comment section, man. I can't wait to jump into the comment section. Okay, let's jump into the comment section, people. Wow, you guys have engaged hard. I love this. We're going overtime today, people. It's going to be a long stream. Buckle up. Buckle up, Dorothy, because Kansas City is going bye-bye. Or at least doing 2 hours. I have the Panda White. The black side is clean. It is. What's your thoughts on the 2 new Wear chips? We'll talk about that after. We're going to be focusing on the Nothing Phone and the Pixel tonight. Nothing Phone about to be internationally lit. Yes, indeed. Can you use the iPad Mini 6 USB-C type charger for the or for the Nothing Phone? We're gonna get to the battery, and I'm gonna walk you through what I'm gonna do to test the battery charging for you all. Siobhan in the house, of course, is the Tensor having the potential to stand up against the Snapdragon in the future? Absolutely. The bezel curves slightly. I think it's slightly curved. Slightly curved. It's not bad. On pure hardware alone, the Phone 1 has some definite advantages. I suppose this is where Google software comes into play, especially optimized with Tensor. Like I said, Nothing design language is futuristic, very futuristic, cyberpunkish. Really, really love it. Best design language of 2022, solid feel, worth the money. Only issue is it needs cold storage. The updates to the battery sucks. Yes, in time. Nothing equals the iPhone with pinhole. Yes, and I think that's a good thing. They beat Apple to it, made it look better. Facts BG. Shout out to Pizza Hut, of course. Is the 778G Plus processor in the Nothing Phone going to get glitchy trying to push 120 hertz? No, but I did show one area that it did. Does the haptic motor on the Pixel 6a feel like it's placed towards the lower half of the phone, like the Pixel 6 Pro, or towards more the top? It feels balanced across, more like the Pixel 6. I prefer the Pixel 6's haptics compared to the Pixel 6 Pro. I said that before, and I stand by it. Big shout out to Pizza Hut, Team VIY, they're epic. And Pixel, not fast, but definitely consistent. Absolutely. It's not even close. The Pixel 6a is so much better than where we were at launch with the 6 and 6 Pro. Absolutely. And this is why I like doing these live streams, because I like to do a live demonstration, non-edited. You can just see it working live. And you saw the differences between the two, right? From the always on display, the Pixel actually unlocks slightly quicker than the Nothing Phone 1. But from when the screen is on, from the lock screen, the Nothing Phone 1 is actually slightly quicker to unlock. So you've seen the difference there. These are the differentiating factors. And these are the things that we need to try our best to push in these reviews so we can get like a full experience with it. This is the stuff I'm going to be demonstrating as well, right? When's the donation being posted on your Twitter? Okay, this live stream is getting very technical, which I love. I'm a technical guy. I like the technicals. Design language, yes, you said that before. Already posted. You can tell by looking. Somebody tagged MKBHD. This is something. There is something good about the display. Hey, I don't even want no beef with him, man. The MKB effect is literally the modern day tech version of the butterfly effect. I don't want that smoke. All I want is to literally showcase what I think I'm experiencing. And I kid you not, this 60 hertz display on this Pixel with Android 12, and Lord knows how much better it's going to get with Android 13, is running rings around phones that have all this new generation 120 hertz with LTPO, variable from 1 to 120 hertz, 10 to 120 hertz, 120 hertz to 60 hertz. It is running rings around them when it comes to all-round optimization on every single application. And then one of the most difficult ones is Twitter for Android, and you saw it here. It was even making this S22 Ultra sweat buckets. That's what I'm saying. Brilliant, I'll check out now. Anyone know the population in India? Not sure. I was playing Apex on the 6A. It's very smooth and consistent. Yes, I've got some games downloaded. We're going to do some live gameplay as well. I'm not a mobile gamer, but I'm going to do it for you guys. Please give your rating on both phones overall. Stay to the end. We're going through every part. We've done design and build quality. We're on display. We're going to talk about performance. We're going to do some benchmarks on there, and I'll give my final verdict as well. Hey, we're doing a nice long one, people, so buckle up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Pixel 4a had a loud power button. What about the Pixel 6 allowed power button? Well, I mean, I've got the Pixel 4a here. I don't know if you mean the colored power button. We'll do a speaker test as well. I think Tech Odyssey also had an issue as well, though. I don't think so. I'm not sure. Wow, we're pushing for 40 concurrent viewers, people. This is awesome. We love to see it. Welcome to your Monday Night Tech and Chill Show Unplugged special edition, where we are doing a live walkthrough, live demonstration, and overview and comparison of the Pixel 6a and the Nothing Phone 1. 2 categories knocked out. We're going to start on, just put these ones aside. Nothing beats the rear fingerprint scanner though, right? But I do prefer the fingerprint at the front, not at the rear, but the capacitive is really good. Veteran 4A. Okay, we've done the build quality. We've done the display measurements. We've done the display design, features, sets, and whatnot. We've gone through a lot of the stuff, right? Let's talk performance. Okay, where are we now? Performance. Here we are. This is what we've got for the specs and performance of both these devices right here. Hopefully you can see it, but if not, let me just raise it up so we can have a decent look. Tensor chip versus Qualcomm Snapdragon. Both are 8 cores, 2 clusters versus 3 clusters. This does have an X1 core at 2.8 gigahertz up to, and then obviously we do have the 4 A55 at 1.8, and you've got the 2 you've got 2 X1 cores, sorry, and then the 2 A76 cores, same as what you get with the Pixel 6 Pro and the Pixel 6. And then obviously with the 778 plus 778G plus chip, you do have 4 A78 and then 4 A52. And you've got the Adreno 642L GPU as well as the Mali G78, which is a 20-core version. This is the 20-core version. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, the display size is there. As demonstrated, we do have 2400. So this is a 20:9 aspect ratio display, 60 Hertz versus 120, 8 gigs of RAM versus 6. Both have the same base storage in this particular situation. BlueJ, codename Android 12. And we've got the battery. And we've got here with CPU-Z. Let's run a benchmark. Again, a man of culture, as Siobhan would say. Geekbench, baby. And then we'll be talking through and seeing. Again, this is just for reference purposes, research purposes. Where's Geekbench? There we go. Geekbench, here we go. We're loading it up, people. We're loading it up. Run benchmark. Now I'm going to take some time to talk through it. Again, this is more for reference, but 5 nanometers versus a 6 nanometer chip. Now what they've done is they've optimized this Snapdragon 778G Plus chipset to have things like wireless charging and reverse wireless charging, which is missing on the Pixel 6a. So if that does matter to you, this is a premium feature that you get on flagship phones that you are getting on the Nothing Phone 1. At this price point, it is very impressive, I've got to say. Both battery share reverse wireless charging and wireless charging at 15 watts, and you do have 33 watt wired charging at 4,500 milliamps. Overall performance, the Tensor is going to cream it in terms of benchmarks in single core. They're going to be close to multi core, I think. but GPU performance is going to be very strong. Overall package. But again, remember, the Tensor chip is all about ML, machine learning, AI, right? Natural language processing, and also voice dictation as well. This is where it does shine, okay? This is the strength of the Pixel 6a. The Tensor chip is really a beast when it comes to here. We're halfway through right now. Where this is going to have an edge is the Nothing Phone 1 does come in different SKUs. The base storage does have an extra 2 gigabytes of RAM. You don't get that here. And on top of that, you don't have any RAM plus features where you can use some of the internal storage as a fallback RAM for swap. You don't need, I don't think you have that here either, but you do have things like game mode. You do have an 8 gig 256, and you do have a 12 gig 256 option that's coming later as well. So consider that. The ISP in here is definitely going to be stronger. Again, trust me on this one. Watch out for the camera comparison. I'm going to be throwing down Lover of Textile. So you'll see that there as well. Performance here is very interesting. Long term, the biggest scare I've had with the Pixel 6a, my personal opinion, and I put my Twitter post out there, is when I was initially setting up the phone and I was restoring WhatsApp. And again, I am seeing your comments. We're going to run through this and I will run through the comments. When the Pixel 6a was restoring my WhatsApp, which was about 8 gigabytes worth, right? The only app that wasn't working and allowing me to use it was Twitter. Every other app was working. Twitter locked out. It was not working. I know there's been some controversy about overheating. Not an issue for me. It's gotten maybe slightly warmer, right, during that process. But after that, no issues. And even gaming, no issues, right? VTech here was here using it as well. That's the only scare that I've had. I've had the only thing is maybe RAM management scare that's worried me a bit with the Pixel 6a. I haven't had that issue on the Nothing Phone 1, even during installation and restoration process. Apart from that, performance on this with the well optimized, and I think there's stuff going on around. This might have a 180 hertz touch response display as well. So this is probably why the 60 hertz is so well optimized, right? Tensor finish. We're waiting for this one to wrap up. Okay, I'm gonna switch the camera to, and this is just for reference, people. This is just for reference, okay? 1044 for the single core, and then the multi-core is near enough the same, which is what I was expecting because they're both 8-core CPUs. There's the difference right there in terms of Geekbench. But again, Geekbench is not fully indicative of the whole system on a chip package and what is allocated to it in terms of priority, but I like to put that there for reference. I'll see if we can do a bit of gaming here as well. Performance-wise, the perceived speed is in favor of the Nothing Phone 1. The perceived speed, because of the 120 hertz. Minus the Twitter app, they've optimized this 120 hertz to work so well across the board. So well across the board, right? You know, it's working so well across the board. So I've got to you know, give it credit for that. That a 120 hertz is so well optimized across the board. The perceived speed and better RAM management out of the box at the moment does favor this in my personal experience. But the raw performance with the optimization of Tensor, with Android 12, with the Pixel experience, this, as I demonstrated, runs rings around these 120 hertz phones in even poorly optimized apps like Twitter. You've got the reference benchmarks there. The performance is a very interesting place that we have when it comes to the Pixel and also the Nothing Phone 1. What's been my favorite experience so far? I would definitely pick the Pixel because not just as an underdog, but the perceived brightness, the perceived speed is not on its side. The perceived speed, it's not on the Pixel side. This feels faster, but this still feels much more consistent across the board. The consistency and the animation pacing and the frame pacing is so on point that I have more confidence with this in all apps that I use, whereas this feels faster and it is still fast and it is still well optimized, but odd apps, and the main one that trips up is still Twitter. So take with that whatever you would want. But that's the performance side of things when it comes to both these phones. All right, let's get into the comments. Okay, where are we? 1.4 billion. Waiting for the camera review of the Pixel 6a. Yes, I'm going to be working on that this week. Check out my camera comparison playlist. If you go to playlist on my channel, I have a huge playlist. Have a watch a video of those videos and you will be in for a ride. Get your popcorn, get your meal, get your drink. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be detailed. I love the focus on the affordable tech. Yep. Down to earth tech. This is the down to earth tech that we need more attention on. Oh, glyphed up. I like that. Great haptic feedback as well. Xiaomi, just buy the Xiaomi Mi 11T best phone for Twitter. We'll see. Okay, Juan says 778 is a fine chip, but Tensor is hanging with the 8 Gen 1 in a bunch of real-world apps, especially photo and video editing. Glimmers of the 4XL performance against Qualcomm. Yes, yes, yes. Honestly, I've forgotten how far they've come in terms of optimizing Tensor for real-world usage. And the fact that this is running rings around my Galaxy phones across the board on every single app in terms of consistency, frame pacing, and no drop frames, and good response and animations. Yeah, I have so much more confidence in this, even though the perceived speed is in favor of this, which is the Nothing Phone 1. Tensor's basically, it is not. All of you always like to make this Tensor chip seem like it's another Exynos. It is not. It is not. It's co-manufactured with Samsung, designed by Google, the core areas that they want. Yes, some of the cores and the design are based off ARM's reference, which does feed into Exynos. Let's stop this whole Exynos thing. It is not an Exynos processor. It's co-designed with and co-manufactured with Samsung. Most of the reference cores for the CPU side and GPU are based from ARM, which is fed into Exynos, but the ML and the AI building blocks, right, are from Google. And I'm not even a Google fan like that. Like, I'm just defending it, please. Let's get it right. Wait, what? That's good. The 7 series chip, though, incredibly surprising. TSMC 6nm better than Samsung's 4nm. Yes. Yeah, that's true. Slightly tweaked version of better AI, machine learning, etc. 5nm. Nothing kind of like a TCL 20 Pro. Better. Yeah. Did you hear Samsung have their 3nm chips now? TSMC. Yep. They talked about it. Juan says that Tensor scored an absolute fastest video render test in both Power Director and KineMaster, and it's tied with the Moto Edge and the Note 22 Ultra for editing audio. Yeah. And these are the building blocks. These are the building blocks. These are the building blocks that Tensor has that I just don't think it's fair that it's being called an Exynos processor, in my personal opinion. Oh, yeah, that's brilliant. Camera test, please. That's coming on later. I can't really show camera samples in this format. I will learn a way to offload and do that. Don't worry. But at the moment, I can't. Did you ever come across any heating problems with Tensor? No. Straight up, no. It's a pair of X1 cores, so expectations should lean towards warm regardless. But having problems, yeah, no. I haven't personally, but I do live in a cold country. I wouldn't say it's fundamentally different than having an 8 Gen 1 in LA heat, though. It's just different strengths and weaknesses than a Qualcomm phone. Yeah, I see pretty much what I experienced as well. Did not have any concern with overheating problems. Neither did I. Not so far. It tends to get warm during heavy camera use, but that's expected. We'll see about that. Cool. 6A is a very different conversation than 5A. If you want better battery, go with the Snapdragon 700 series or Dimensity. The 6A is a little more like a flagship killer pocket. Yes, absolutely. It absolutely is. And this will be part of my verdict tie. This will be part of my verdict tie, right? This will be part of my verdict tie. Brilliantly said. I couldn't have said any better myself. Pretty much Juan stealing my verdict. Yes, it's a rebranded. Yeah. Just admit it. Nah. I'm not admitting it. It lasted about as long as the Xiaomi 12S Ultra. Hey, hold on, people. Hold on, people. Hold on, people. We are saving days for next week's live stream as well. So watch out, live demonstration. And we're going to be doing, can the real Ultra please stand up? Note 22 Ultra versus the Xiaomi 12S Ultra. Watch out for this one, people. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we are focusing on the mid-rangers today. We are focusing on the mid-rangers today. Okay, where are we? God damn, the dude is still live. Yes, we're going overtime, people. We are going overtime. We are going overtime. We're doing a long one today. We're doing a live demonstration. So watch out, people. Going past midnight UK time. We are still streaming. We've done performance. We're going to talk about the camera and really, really get into that. Remember, stay hydrated, everyone. Yes, I've got my water down. I need to get it. The embargo has lifted, though. How can you not show camera samples? Snow, I can't. What you don't understand is I've not taken the camera samples off my phone onto the computer, and I've not had time to do my camera test like how I would do. Seeing the camera samples on the phone screen is not indicative of seeing it extracted. That's what I mean. It's not about anything to do with embargo. OnePlus or Apple charger suitable for nothing. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Oh, my bad, spoilers. Hey, you're hitting it, man. You're hitting it. You're hitting it. Makes perfect sense. User scenarios will determine. Yes, indeed. Hey, another Ultra. Yes, Xiaomi 12S Ultra beats iPhone 13 Pro Max in battery life. Really? Boy, this I've got to see. They said, give me that Ultra some that Ultra name Samsung. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. God damn, I'm loving that IMX 989. I did so much opinions on it. Juan, I've got to get you on the Sam Mobile podcast. I need you on the Sam Mobile podcast. I just remembered. I'd usually record them Wednesdays or Thursdays. Let me know if you're free. Check out the Sam Mobile podcast, see the format, and see if it's something that you'd want to talk about. We'd really appreciate you coming on. The 12S Ultra has arrived. Yes. What's the battery life? I heard that the 6 Pro wireless reverse charging totally kills the phone. Shame that's the case. Nah, I'm still in the phase of the battery life at the minute. Cool. 12S Ultra is a whole new beast. Indeed it is. I'll be back. Let me just get some water. Boom, check the big buckle of water. And we're going to talk about the camera. Oh. As Jimmy says, stay hydrated, people. Stay hydrated. Camera. We're going to talk about the camera next. Let's run through some of the camera specifications first. Starting off in Phone 1, we do have two 50 megapixel sensors, one with OIS and EIS, the other one with EIS because it's ultra wide. The main one is an IMX766 sensor from Sony, and this is a Samsung JN1 ultra wide at 50 megapixels. And I believe the front facing camera is 16 megapixels on the left with EIS. So we've got that there. Here, we've got two 12 megapixel sensors, and this is apparently the same 12 megapixel main sensor that we had originally from 2017 on the Pixel 2, the tried and tested. This is the formula for Google way back. And we've got 12 megapixel ultra wide with only a 106-degree field of view. The FOV is quite small on it. It's not 114 degrees, it's not 117, it's not 120 degrees. It's not ultra wide in a sense, but the quality, it's really good. And you've got the same 8 megapixel front facing camera that you do find on the Pixel 6. Obviously, the Pixel 6 Pro does have the 11.1 megapixel sensor, which is such a game changer for real tone and 4K 30 frames a second and 1080p 60 frames a second video on the Pixel 6 Pro, which is a difference maker here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to run through the camera, and we are going to see that camera-wise, we're in a very interesting place. Let's start with video because I like video, right? At this price point, the Pixel 6a is pretty much one of the only Android phones at this price point that can shoot 4K 60 frames a second on the main sensor only. Doesn't do on the ultra wide, but it only does on the main sensor. It can't do 4K at all on the selfie because it's less than 12 megapixels. But at £399, you are getting all the class-leading video stabilization features from standard, locked, active, cinematic pan, like you'd get on the Pixel 6 Pro and the Pixel 6. And you can shoot all the way up to 4K 60 frames a second on the main sensor. Now, when you go to 4K 30, you've got the ultra-wide active ×1, ×2 digital zoom on the main sensor. And the benefit that you do have is this. When you start recording, right, you don't have to pause it to switch lenses. You can switch on the fly and also pause and also take pictures at the same time, stop recording. The only thing you can't do, like how you can do on the Samsung phones, which is something I really love, is you can't switch to the front-facing camera. Now again, when you are in 4K and in 1080p, it still doesn't give you the option to flip to the front, just demonstrating that there's no option there, but you do get that on the Samsung phones. We go to video. On the Nothing Phone 1, here's where we are. 720p, 60 frames a second, 30 frames a second. I love the user interface and how you can switch a lot quicker there. Right there, rather than doing a drop down, it's right there. 1080p, 60 and 30, great. 4K, only limited to 30. You've got video here. The problem you have with the Nothing Phone is when you start recording in 4K 30 frames a second, you only get the digital zoom ×2. You cannot switch to the ultra wide. You have to pause, switch to the ultra wide, and then start recording 4K 30. So not as seamless. This is something that matters to me personally, and it makes it for less seamless video shooting experience when you're in the camera app. Let's see if that changes when it comes to 1080p. 1080p, 30 frames a second. We're going to go to the main. And this is the same problem in 1080p as well. So just be aware that the video experience on here is not as consistent and as seamless as you would get on the Pixel. The Pixel really does emulate and punch above its weight, and it does give you that flagship Android video experience that you really don't get on other phones. The only one that can really match it is probably the Galaxy A53, but that is limited to 4K 30 frames a second. The advantage that phone has is that it does shoot 4K 30 frames a second on a selfie camera. While you're recording, you can switch between the lenses at the same time and flip to the selfie. So that is to be considered. But if you're comparing these two, video performance and video seamlessness and UI, you do get a better experience on the Pixel, far more than you would get on the Nothing Phone 1. And again, watch out for the camera comparison that is coming. One advantage you do get is you do get nighttime video. So as you can see, you don't have the option to manually select it, but you do get nighttime video here. As you can see, night mode for video on the Nothing Phone, which does make a difference, and I will demonstrate that in the camera comparison. Again, I can't extract these at a minute to show you. It's quite difficult to do that while I'm doing this live stream seamlessly, so just bear with me when it comes to doing an individual video on that you can demonstrate and see for yourself. Photos. So, photo. Google has Realtone. Google has Realtone. And obviously what they have with Realtone is something that is a game changer. Now, what I'm going to try and do is, okay, get here. We're going to go, we're going to try and find one of the camera samples that I had. Let me just find the one for my unboxing. Me and Z-Tech here took a lot of pictures yesterday. Let me try and find mine. Apologies. Just bear with. Man, it's taking a lot. Okay. Let's go to photos. Sorry. Let me go to yesterday. Okay, so this is one of the portrait mode pictures that I took for the Pixel unboxing. And if you compare it here, it's not the best representation. Both portrait mode, you can see that the pixel is really, really catching it very well. All right. So this is the best I can show you right now. You be the judge, but hey, I'll be dead honest with you. Pixel's real tone in terms of skin rendition. And if you don't believe me, go watch my three-way camera comparison that I did with the S22 Ultra, the Oppo Find S5 Pro, and the iPhone 13 Pro. You'll see that people of my skin shade, darker skin persuasion, these smartphone cameras can really trip up on us, and the real champions are the ones that don't do that. And the Pixel is one of them. Really, really appreciate real tone for sure. So yeah, I've shown you the demonstration of how the video experience is. Again, proper samples will be coming once I do the dedicated camera comparison video, so watch out for that. But yeah, here we are. Here we are. Take it in. These are selfies, man. These are selfies. I won't spoil it, but I'll just put this to the side right now. It's maybe nighttime photos and video, maybe, but camera, no contest. Pixel all the way. I'm just putting it out there. If you'll see the camera comparison, if camera matters to you, get the Pixel. I'm just putting it out there. If camera is one of those things that you highly value above all, right? Above wireless charging, above reverse wireless charging, above what is subjectively a much more premium design and build quality, aesthetics, uniqueness, camera matters to you for both pictures and videos, which matters to me, get the Pixel. Simple. Simple. This camera right here, deadly. Deadly. Deadly at the price point. Deadly at the price point. Glyphed up. We can feel the tap. The tap. I love these taps. Okay. We're going. We're still going strong. Yes, an hour and a half. We're still going strong. We're going overtime, people. We're going overtime. Share it out. 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 We are in this live. Pixel 6a versus the Nothing Phone 1 comparison walkthrough. Okay, Google didn't have an embargo on the Pixel 6, so they only throw these at us, throw these on us with the flagships. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's just the flagships. I think it was just the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro was just such a unique time with Tensor being new, Android 12 being new. That's why I don't think they do that with the flagships. Which is the best Pixel today? Pixel 6. Pixel 6. We're gonna talk about that. Pixel 6. I'm totally down. Hit me up. Appreciate it, bro. I will do. And maybe if you can't do this week, maybe next week will be great. Or we'll do an unpacked one after unpacked. We'll see. Ben, is that an MX Master 3 or 3S? 3, baby. MX Master 3. MX Master 3. I got a decent amount of time before the 3S came out. So yeah. Would a 6A XL be fire? No. Don't want an XL for an A series. I'm glad they killed it off. I just feel like the A series need to be compact. Let the big phones be the upper range upper mid-range flagships and flagships. Let these A series phones just be nice, cute, and compact. Please, please, for me. I'm just being biased to it. I like big phones, but I appreciate the down-to-earth nature of these more cutesy little compact ones. Let the A series stay compact, please. In my personal opinion. In my personal opinion. Sorry, BG. I hate the comments you delete. Don't delete on streaming software. I hate that the comments you delete don't delete on streaming software. Okay. I don't know. Man's going swimming in that bottle. Yep. We got to stay hydrated, man. He said, why send the Pixel line always nitpicked for Forest Pix for... you got to repeat that, man. You got to repeat that. Nothing gets crossed for sure. Yep. Trust me, BG. I'll be honest with you, that camera comparison is gonna be a bloodbath, and I'm not saying it because I've not seen. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna be Lionel Messi for the Nothing Phone 1. It's not what this is doing in terms of the complete package from photo to video, daylight and low light, and the fact that you've got the night sight and astrophotography, even on this older 5-year-old sensor. Let me tell you, it's gonna be bloody. Oh, Neo, use your snap. What's the best Pixel? Pixel 6 for me personally at the moment. I'm gonna say this. Ben and Juan on a pod, that would be truly amazing. I hope so. We can get that together for sure. Man, I love the overall compact size of the 6A. Yes, A series needs to be compact. I'm so stoked you're playing with both. Great perspective on a practical phone comparison. That's what I'm trying to do, Juan. That's all I'm trying to do. Practical with a bit of technical. You know, we did some display measurement, brightness. I like to do both. I like to walk the line of technical and practical. You know, that's just me because I talk really fast and I like to express a bit of technicality to really show how great these devices are. But yeah, I'm glad I've got both. I feel privileged. I feel blessed to just be in a position where I'm getting these review units to be able to use them, you know, and I will do my best with the time that I have. It's not just me. I'm running my channels and I'm running Sam Mobile as well. So bear with me on certain things. I'll be as quick as I can, but I have to balance the mental health and the physical health. And with a lot of travel that I'm doing, jet lag and tiredness really knocks me out more than I would care to want. So yeah. So first time I've been on your live stream and genuinely enjoying it. Really, really appreciate that, Jonathan Tech. Thank you. I do this to really make it fun and engaging and enjoying for you all. So appreciate you. Thank you for coming on Monday night edition of the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged. This is a special edition one where product launch season and product launch weeks, we do live walkthroughs, comparisons, and also reviews and overviews of these products. And today, it's all to do with the Pixel 6a and the Nothing Phone 1. And if you've got the bandwidth, the capacity, and the devices, you can stream this in 2160p 4K UHD for a very crispy and consistent experience. Remember to stay hydrated, everyone. Indeed, indeed, indeed. I've just picked up the Galaxy A33 5G, and I'm quite impressed for the price. Hard to knock it for mid-range complete package. Yes. You do have a micro SD card on there as well. 120 hertz display. It is very comparable. Waiting for charges. We're going to get to that as well. Let's talk software. We're going to be talking software. Now, software-wise, we are working with Android 12 out of the box. Software-wise, the Nothing Phone 1 has this odd advantage. And the reason why I'm going to say that it's got this odd advantage is that Android 12 So here's the weird thing about the current state of things. The Pixel, both are on Android 12, but the Nothing Phone 1 is actually on the latest July update for security patch. The Pixel stuck on April, but when you check it for the system, it actually doesn't allow you to update. Now, apparently, Google are literally just going to wait and do the August security patch because it's literally next week is August. They're going to do the August security patch. And then apparently the next one is Android 13 straight after that in September, which is going to be literally the month before the Pixel 7 and 7 Pro come out. So this is actually on the latest security patch. But what's great to see, one thing I really appreciate about Nothing is that they've generally stuck to stock Android. They really have. They've stuck close to the Pixel experience, vertical app tray scrolling, which is really good to see, right? You can see that it's still based on Material U. Let's switch to camera 2, still based on Material U. So we can do the home screen styling. You can go to customization. Slight differences here, customization. I love the Nothing dot matrix font, in my personal opinion. I really like it. It's really swaggy. It's so unique to it. I like it. You've got the Material U color palettes right there as well. So This is something that's great. Dwayne, what's good? Dwayne, I saw your live unboxing. I saw your live unboxing of the Xiaomi. But yeah, I got it here as well, bro. I'm gonna be following right in your footsteps, bro. I'll be for next week. I'll be for next week. I'll be for next week. So here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Software. Now, what's going to be very interesting here, and I think the spotlight definitely has to come to the Glyph interface. Okay, so here we are. The Glyph interface. Okay. So you've got different ringtones, and it can also, match the beat to the music and the sounds that you're making as well. So let's go to ringtones. We're going to go to default. We're going to go to selected. Okay. Software-wise and hardware-wise, this is what makes the Nothing Phone 1 cool. Good haptic feed. The haptics are so good on this. Okay. So this is one software differentiator mixed with hardware for the Nothing Phone 1, the Glyph interface, right? So we can see the Glyph interface working right there using these soft diffused LED lights, which are pretty cool. One thing I will say is that the functional benefit, I'm still not entirely sure yet, but the cool factor, the cyberpunky, futuristic nature, I vibes with. I do vibes with, and it does have a unique touch. And this is something that does make it stand out, right? And this is one of the reasons why I say go caseless with this. And the white one does stand out more. Haptics are so good on this, man. Okay. This is what Nothing will use them on their promo. These are some of the ringtones. Yeah. And obviously with the notification sounds, you can change it. You can put the charging meter on as well. That's active, as you can see. These are the unique touches. Flip to glyph, which is great. You flip it, it glyphs out. It's cool, okay? I don't know about the functional benefit 100% yet, okay? Now, the main functional benefit I like with this is the fact that it can be used as a fill light when you're actually taking pictures and videos for softer, more all-round diffused light. I like it for that reason. I think for someone that takes a lot of pictures and videos, this being used as a soft, diffused LED fill light is one of the biggest benefits. The reason why I'm not 100% sold on the pure functionality of the Glyph interface is more for the fact that I don't put my phone down like this. I put my phone up like this because I like to see my always on display, right? I like to see my always on display. I like to see the date. I like to see the temperature for the weather. I like to see the clouds. I like to see the, whatever's happening, time, quick notifications, battery percentage, and the placement of my fingerprint sensor, okay? I just much prefer that so much that I don't know if going to the Glyph interface is something that I would have it like this to see lights and notifications when I prefer to see the always on display. That's my only opinion, but the cool factor is there. The cool factor for the Glyph interface is there, right? So that's one of the beneficial aspects of the software experience that you do get with the Nothing Phone when it comes to the Glyph interface. And I think it's still up in the air. I still prefer the always on display, but for cool factor, if you're using it and your notifications come in and it glyphs out, I think people are definitely going to see this as a very, very cool factor feature. And it's going to be a head turner for a phone that is not a folding screen device. I think it is a cool factor enough to be a head turner, in my opinion. Now, Software wise, we go back, just going through both Android 12, latest security update on this one. Another thing with the software that I noticed that you do have on here is you do have Face Unlock. You've got Face Unlock on here. When you go to security and lock screen, you've got the Face Unlock option here, which is something you don't have here. I've not set it up here. You can set up 5 fingerprints on the Nothing phone. I'm gonna move this here. So you can set up 5 fingerprints on the Nothing phone. There's one more that you can. And this one only allows you to do 4 fingerprints. Not a big deal because you do your 2 index, 2 thumbs, and you're good to go. Whereas you can do 5, and I've set up, you know, my 2 thumbs and index on all, and I've demonstrated the fingerprint for you. But you do get the option of Face Unlock on there. Definitely not as secure as an IR-based Face Unlock like what we had the Soli Radar in the Pixel 4 and Pixel 4 XL series. But it's just something to, you know, bear in mind. And then you've got little things like, you know, being able to double tap. I really like that. It's not a deal breaker. It's not the end of the world, but I like the fact that you can double tap to unlock here, which is something you can't do on the Pixel. You have to press the power button, but you can double tap to get it there and unlock. So it's Android 12. If you're familiar with Android 12, you've got obviously the Material You, the customizations, the security, accessibility, so many different things around there. Obviously, what Google does have as an advantage is the voice to text. So I'm going to bring up something like Google Translate, and I'm just going to talk and pretty much, yeah. Okay, where we are here. So this is pretty much Google in their element when it comes to the live transcribe, and hopefully you can see it going. I'm just going to try and speak as normal, see if my accent does trip it up. But this is Google in their element. This is the Tensor chip mixed with the Tensor software that's really optimized, and it's really doing its job. And this is just literally, this is literally it in its element, man. This is Tensor. This is the direct transcribe that you're getting with the ML blocks that, hey, we're doing a live demonstration and you're seeing it for yourself. It really does do the job. And yeah, for scripting, live transcribing, it's crazy. It's crazy what they've been able to achieve here. And hopefully you can see it for yourself working on the Google Pixel 6a. This is the power of using the same exact Tensor chip with the ML multi-languaging and also the machine learning and the AI building blocks that's built into Tensor, really doing its job where it's just not skipped to beat. I'm not even looking at it. I'm just speaking so you guys can all see it demonstrated live for yourselves. Done. That's crazy. That is crazy, and it translated it as well, right? Transcode hopefully is. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy, man. That's hella trippy. That's hella trippy. I hope this gives you an insight into the battery, into the software of what the Glyph interface is doing. And also you've got things like being able to enlarge your apps as well on here, which I find really cool. So maybe you can do that with your popular apps. I'll probably do that with Twitter. So I'll bring my favorite app here, enlarge it. So this is something you could do on the Nothing phone that I really like. So you can just straight up there. Okay. Right. There we go. There we go. Software demonstrated. Strengths and weaknesses on both. The Nothing phone, it really feels snappy and tight. -20, it really feels really well put together. 120 hertz, well optimized. Latest security updates. It's had an OTA update as well. Yeah, it's really, really good. Let's jump into the comment section. Google baking a cake for the 6A. The 6A is going to get to better, I believe. Yeah, 100. Oh, do you know how good the Android 13 beta has been? My goodness, when this phone gets Android 13, if it's stable as it's been, man, you lot think it's smooth now. Android 13 is gonna. I literally forgot how far they've come in terms of optimizing the software to be so smooth and consistent with correct animation, frame pacing. This Pixel experience, it does lack a bit of the software features I'm used to on One UI. And even with the Nothing Phone one, like the little double taps and being able to put the password in without pressing OK, it's little stuff, but the consistency of the Pixel experience, I get why people love it. I get it. And the fact that Twitter for Android is a poorly optimized app, but Twitter is my favorite social media app. And this literally has the best Twitter experience I've experienced. Co-sign it, man. Co-sign it. I'm feeling the dot matrix too, and thank you, bro. I didn't leave a comment, but I watched the whole video, bro. This is the benefit of having YouTube Premium. I can just stick it on, just watch the whole video and no ads. And I didn't speed it up. I watched the whole thing so you get the whole watch time, bro. So well done on that, man. Like the double camera angle of the top down as well. You know what I mean? One thing for sure, pull it out at a party and you get the attention. This is one thing that we have to give credit to this, yeah? This, for a non-folding screen device, the Phone 1 is absolutely brilliant. It's brilliant. It's a head turner device. For a phone that is not a folding screen device, this is a head turner. Gotta give them that. Got 100% give them that, and I'm really impressed by it. Cool factor, we're still working on the functionality, but I would say the most functional benefit is using it as a fill light for pictures and especially video. Press play. Please play notification sounds also. I did. Good. Good that they have both and they aren't married to, yeah. I was initially worried that this didn't have an always on display, but the always on display works really great. Yeah. The always on display works really great, and I think I just favor it more. Having more information is there, and I'm glad they didn't get rid of it. Battery. The battery measurement on here is a bit weird, if I'm going to be very honest with you. The battery measurement is a bit weird on here. If anyone can help me read battery usage, 24 hours, past 24 hours. I know usually we go by screen on time. I don't know, this is the past 24 hours from when. I think how you read the battery usage on Samsung is better because once it charges to 100%, it resets it, which I think is much better. Then it will tell you what your previous screen on time was, and it will show you where you charged it and when you charge it. But personally, the battery life on here has been great. Now, in terms of managing battery, it keeps it optimized. Like you can't change it to unrestricted or restricted. It just keeps it optimized. But the battery life on here has been excellent. And I think we can owe it to good optimization, the 60 Hertz display as well. Very well optimized 60 Hertz display. Yeah. And then here is my first day. I've not even charged it to 100%. I only charged it a little bit. Battery usage since full. Again, as you can see, I've got no stats, no data. Not much really going on. Has pretty much a similar layout to the Pixel. Watch out for this. We're going to be doing that. But the battery charging, 4,500 milliamps, 4,410, typical 4,300, 18-watt charging, 33-watt charging over power delivery free. Now, here's where the situation is. I don't have the chargers for both these phones. So I actually bought the official Google charger from Google. The official Google charger from Amazon cost me about £15. I've got Amazon Prime, so I didn't pay any additional for delivery. Came, I did the charging test video, which we're going to review, of this. And this took about 1 hour and 52 minutes to charge to full. Takes quite a long time, in my opinion. Now, what Nothing are claiming is this. This supports 33-watt charging, 15-watt wireless charging, and reverse wireless charging with the battery share as well. So battery charging features and capacity is definitely on the favor of the Nothing Phone 1. What Nothing are claiming is it does charge to 100% in 70 minutes, which is 1 hour, 10 minutes. Here's where the issue is with the Nothing Phone 1. It's yet another phone. If we bring out the packaging on both, it's yet another phone that doesn't have a charger in the box. Hey, that's the trend now, right? The official charger from Nothing that they're selling on their website is actually rated at 45 watts. 1. 2, it's £35 in the UK. 3, you then have to pay an additional £10 for standard delivery. That's crazy. £45 in total, no bueno. I'm doing it because I do charging test videos. I want to show you on the charging meter how much wattage is pulling, if it hits the claimed speeds that it's saying. So I've ordered it. It should come sometime this week. I was hoping it was going to come today. It should come sometime this week, and then we will get into doing a charging test video. But they're saying 70 minutes compared to what I experienced in this, which is close to 1 hour, 55 minutes. Again, the Pixel 6 Pro was 2 hours and 1 minute. The Pixel 6 was 1 hour, 55 minutes. These Pixels, and again, this is with adaptive battery and charging disabled. Again, I'm going to go here, battery. We're going to go to adaptive preferences. Even when you disable adaptive battery and adaptive charging, makes no difference. It is still going to charge slow as hell. It's my least favorite part of the Pixel experience. And I know there's the thing about battery health management, no problem. Anything more than 1 hour just starts to become too long for me. My sweet spot is 45 minutes to full charge. Anything down to 30 minutes is fine. Anything less than 30 minutes is excessive in my opinion. 1 hour to full charge is the maximum upper limit that I'm comfortable with. This is easily my least favorite part of the Pixel experience. Great battery life, super slow charging. It only holds about 18 watts for about 20-25 minutes. No wireless charging, no battery share. You get faster charging, slightly bigger battery. Still under testing for the battery health, battery life. 15 watt wireless charging and battery share as well, which is very useful. I don't like the fact that the charger is that expensive officially from Nothing. But yeah, that's the battery life experience. Okay. We're going to go into the comments. Let me just drink a bit of water. All right. We're almost there, people. We're almost there. Thank you for sticking it out, man. We're doing a long one today. Just over 2 hours live stream. Hopefully the replay crew will enjoy this one for sure. Where are we? At the party, you can swing out on the phone 1 around with a flashing glyphs. Yeah, for a full dance strobe effect. I think when phones have a cool fun factor, I'm all for it. I'm actually all for embracing that. I'm actually all for embracing that. I don't think the glyph interface is stupid. I think the glyph interface is cool. It's nicely done. It's unique, which is important, and it fits into the transparent, translucent design identity and language of the Nothing tech. And I'm in agreeing with it. And I think my main functionality for me, for function, is using it as a field light. Anything else, it can be fun, close to being a bit gimmicky, but more fun and unique, which is where I want to land with it. Since 6A had a flaw, verify the fingerprint reader once with an additional unregistered fingerprint. I've not had a flaw with it. Look, we did the fingerprint already. I don't know what flaw you guys are talking about. Look. I've registered all my 4 fingers, no issue. You can only register 4 fingers anyway, so I've registered. I don't know. It's a big nothing burger. The fingerprint I demonstrated already, so we're pretty much gonna wrap this up. It says, Ben, did you hear Nokia and Zeiss have apparently broken up? Yeah, I'm not surprised because of I think Vivo, right? I think because of Vivo. Okay, people, let me give my final verdict. The biggest problem with both these phones are not the phones itself, right? The biggest problem that both these phones have at any price point is this boy here, the Pixel 6. And I'm going to explain why. The Pixel 6 at the moment is the biggest problem for both these phones because you can get this consistently, even after Prime Day, consistently under £500 in the UK. The biggest problem for the Nothing phone is availability. It's not available in the USA, but it's been readily available on Amazon when it comes to ordering it on Amazon Prime. They have a lot more stock of it in Amazon, so I would recommend you get it from Amazon rather than getting it directly from Nothing. The biggest problem with this is the camera is nowhere near as good as the Pixel 6a. It's decent at best. As a complete package, the Pixel 6a just creams it. The biggest problem with this is also availability to price ratio based on the specs that it's got with the 60 Hz display and also 6 gigabytes of RAM and not having a higher SKU model, right? The 60 Hz display, I do understand where people are coming from, but I've demonstrated that it's running rings around some 120 Hz displays, even against the Nothing Phone 1, definitely against the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. The A53 wouldn't even come close to how well optimized the 60 Hz display is. And let's not get started with the A52 and my experience with that compared to the Pixel 4a last year when I had the A52 and I've still got the 4a. That is the biggest problem when it comes to where this pretty much sits, right? If I'm picking between these two, I'm having both, and I've got both, right? But this 6A really, really is refreshing because I like the size and I do like the packaging. I love the optimization with Tensor. This has the best consistent OS experience across not just the OS, but across every single app, even poorly optimized apps like Twitter for Android. My biggest fear is RAM management, like I said before. My biggest annoyance is the super slow charging speeds, which I just do not like. Google just really just needs to get to 1 hour. And the 120 Hz display, the lack thereof. This is where the problem is. The problem is Google did not make a scaled down version of Tensor. Google are taking an Apple approach. They announced one system on a chip in 1 year, and that is a system on a chip that will go in all their phones for that year's generation. We thought they were going to do a scaled down version of Tensor, and I promise you people, if there was a scaled down version of Tensor, like what Samsung does, like what Qualcomm does, where we had a scaled down like a Tensor Lite, right? Samsung do it. Samsung have got the Exynos 2200. Samsung have got the Exynos 1280 that goes into their A series phone. If Google had a scaled down version of Tensor, this would have been a 90 Hz display. But they don't. This is not a scaled down version of Tensor. This is the exact same Tensor processor. So what they've done is they've built the phone around it. Google's biggest mistake was the fact that the QHD 120 Hz LTPO display on the Pixel 6 Pro was absolutely amazing and is at £849. But I said this before, the Pixel 6 should have been a full high definition 1080p 120 Hz non-variable non-LTPO display. But because it was 90 Hz, this had to be 60 Hz. There is no way not having wireless charging, not having a 50 megapixel sensor, not having 8 gigabytes of RAM was going to be enough of a drawback in terms of price to still keep a 90 Hz display. If they'd kept a 90 Hz display on this, this would have been a £500 phone. I promise you that. It would have been a 499 MSRP phone. So that was the staircasing, 1080p 60, 1080p 90, QHD 120. But what it should have been is QHD 120, 1080p 120, 1080p 90. They didn't do that. Here's what happens next. The Pixel 7 Pro will still be QHD 120, but instead of 10 Hz 120, it will be the new generation L2PO2 at 1 Hz to 120 Hz. That's what it's going to be. The Pixel 7 has to have a 1080p 120 Hz display, just like what Samsung do with the S22 Plus and the S22. The S22 Ultra is QHD Plus at 120 Hz. The S22 and S22 Plus is FHD at 120 Hz. It's slightly variable, but it's FHD at 120 Hz. But the A series from the A73, A53, and A33 do not use the same Exynos 2200 chip. They do not. Because they use a scaled down chip, it's cheaper, less performant, so they can put 120 Hz display. But I promise you, this Tensor chip is so well optimized, the 60 Hz display is performing better than them. Do I wish it was 90 Hz? Absolutely. Honestly, experiencing 120 Hz in this, high refresh rate is such a nice benefit. And I will say this, the 7A cannot be 60 Hz. The 7A cannot be 60 Hz. The 7A needs to have a 90 Hz display. And the only promise that will happen is, even if it's using the same Tensor 2 chip, second generation, if the Pixel 7 has an FHD 120 Hz display, the 7A will have a 90 Hz display. Issue done. So I am bummed it doesn't have a high refresh rate display because I'm so used to high refresh rate, but I'm equally more impressed that they've been able to make a 60 Hz display so well optimized, so well performance with Android 12 and Tensor, that even the poorly optimized apps like Twitter for Android and across the whole OS, it is the most fluid and consistent I've seen Android. It lacks features, but the consistency can't be beaten. So in this less than 1 week impressions, less than 1 day impressions, this is winning my heart. But this as a total package, this feels like a £700 phone, nothing like a £400 phone, minus the camera. Whew, that was a beefy one. That was a beefy one. That was a beefy one, people. That was a beefy one. That was a beefy one. I hope you all enjoyed. We've gone over 2 hours. I hope you all enjoyed. Google still have computational photography nailed down. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. I'm going to go into studio mode for a moment. And then we are going to go into here and okay, we're going to do this. Okay. And let's go Chrome, expand it. So here we are, people. Here we are. We're going to refresh this page. We are live at the minute. Did a custom thumbnail for it, and here we are. So this has been a week. Again, shout out to everyone that supported with this video. This video did so well for a discussion comparison. I love doing discussion comparisons. This was while I was in Canada, right off the back of doing the live stream where we did the Nothing Phone 1 versus the Pixel 6a. This is when the Nothing Phone 1 was announced. Did it against the Pixel 6a with all the information we had. Then we did the follow-up video. We did a shorts unboxing. We did an unboxing on the 21st. So really appreciate the support on this one. Thank you, everyone. Let's get this video to 1K. This was, so context again, like I said in the unboxing for this video, I literally got back from Canada and UK on the 20th on Wednesday, heavily tired. This phone came midday on the 21st. Embargo was 6 p.m. UK time. Midday 12 p.m. on the 21st. Got it. Did the unboxing. You know, did a shorts version of it. Go follow me on TikTok as well, Lover of Tech BA. Shout out to Team Pixel for sending this over. I really appreciate the support on this one, man. Did the unboxing, did the impressions. This is really picking up well. Did the shorts. Hey, the fingerprint one has also got to 1K views on shorts, which is good to see. So I'm going to be doing more short form content. So watch out for that. Did I just lose it? Okay, so let's go back. Don't know why it's behaving funny. And then we did a charging test video, which is just about to hit 100%. 1K views is evergreen. A lot of people are happy that I did this. I still love doing charging test videos. So we've got one of the individual reviews down. When we get the charger for the Nothing Phone 1, we'll be doing a charging test video with that as well. So watch out for that with the Pixel 6a. 4,000, yep. So we did that. That went live on a Sunday, which was yesterday. So we're rolling out the content, man. It's probably going to be daily in some cases. So we're going to be busting some all-nighters and really working to the ground. So again, I know that the ideal phone would have been the Nothing Phone 1 or the Galaxy A53, but I thought the S21 FE was fair because they have similar battery capacity, similar charging speeds, and I thought I wanted to demonstrate it. And I always like to demonstrate these next to another phone for reference, just so you can see how the charging optimizations work differently from plugs, software to hardware, and battery size as well. So, you know, I had the wattage meter here, tested it. Definitely go watch this charging test video. Really appreciate the support on that one. And then as of today, we are doing the live stream here. Inception. So yeah, we're doing the live Pixel 6a versus Nothing Phone 1 live comparison, which I really appreciate the support on that one. So that's my verdict. That's my verdict. Availability, even availability to pricing and just what's being offered, the Pixel 6a is definitely winning me over. Woo! That's the wrap up, people. That is the wrap up, and that is us pretty much done. Look at all that tasty content. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a lot of tasty content, man. We got a lot of tasty content. Got a lot of tasty content. Great stream. I'll be back next week. Awesome. And that pretty much wraps up your Monday night Tech and Chill Show Unplugged special edition, 2 hours plus strong. We have done the live demonstration of the Nothing Phone 1 as well as the Google Pixel 6a. Hope you really enjoyed it as much as I did. I had a lot of fun. Hope you've been able to take away all the technicalities that we've been able to put down, from brightness measurement to so many different other things. Thank you, honestly, for taking the time. Really appreciate it. I'll leave you all to it. Thanks for the great stream. Thanks for sticking around all this time, Mike. Really appreciate you all. And thank you for the awesome viewers as well. And I will be signing out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.